win your lanes ideally, get the mid-game pressure in, especially with the hero like Enchantress. It is a lane dominator. Almost always Enchantress wins the laning stage and transitions to a nice place where you kind of like tank ganks and be the guy in the front while your allies back you up. But you know, if they make some of those mistakes, that they lose the laning stage, it's going to be a very different picture. And having a Witch Doctor against an Enchantress is pretty good. Your Cask is going to stun the creeps for 5 seconds. You have a damage amplifier with Maledict, so they absolutely can kill Enchant in the laning stage. And if that hero gets behind, it's going to feel a little bit worse for Unique when it comes to team fighting later.
I think that's so wild that a lot of this is just, you know, focusing over on Bignum. Of course, the position 4 definitely doesn't feel super hopeful for the side of Unique when we focus on that. But, you know, on the bright side, too, Team Spirit going a little bit greedier than usual. They've got a lineup that might not necessarily play that fast, although knowing the way that they like to play, it's possible that we will see a very active Morphling.
Yeah, depending. You usually spend a lot of time hitting creeps consistently, but I just really like Morphling this game in the hero matchups. Like, you can play around Ursa with your burst damage. You can basically try to force him to engage. If he goes on you, you can usually waveform away. It just feels like Morphling has a lot more outs and pretty consistently is one of those carries that you pick really late into the draft. And it just feels like a gotcha pick. We saw Team Liquid use the same thing the other day with Sumail playing in a couple of matches. It just feels like a good hero to have in some situations late game. So if he can have a decent game and have decent net worth, he matches up well against the enemies outside of like the burst damage thing.
I think the big part of this too is just trying to ensure that Unique has a good off-lane game here at the start during laning, because if Yatoro gets any sort of advantage, he will of course capitalize on it. This is a team that doesn't try, like, they don't really offer many opportunities of mistakes for you to take advantage of.
And that's the reason they've only lost like 1 game so far. So they're doing really good. It makes it a really tough game for Unique here. So far, Mira doing a great job zoning out Palantimos. The Battle Hunger plus the Fire Spirits is making it tough for him to get last hits. He does have Earth Shock for it to help get some of them at least. But yeah, for now, Snapfire is not going to feel like the best 5-position hero. In some ways, I wonder if he should have just gotten Scatter Blast level 1 instead, just to help guarantee some of those range creeps while Ursa is struggling. But he went for a little Shredder. It's going to trade better for sure against Phoenix. That's one good thing about it. But, you know, levels are a big deal too. Team Spirit hits level 2 here up on the top lane, and maybe they can get a kill or some pressure in.
Collapse is really just having the time of his life up here for the most part, though, being able to just freely hit the creeps. He's got the backup, like you said, of that Phoenix. And right now, Unique, that top lane, not going the worst, but definitely could be going better.
And doing great in the mid lane, though. 11-2 versus the 5-0 Puck. So winning his matchup for now. Not terrible for him.
Nope, pretty normal stuff there with the Tiny matching up against Puck. But of course, you do have to wait until, you know, you go around to the point. Yeah, just get that denial off over there on the ward.
We got an Urn of Shadows on Collapse. The Axe is going Vanguard, but he's buying this first. It's going to give him a lot of mana regen. It's the nicest thing about the item. A little bit of armor is great too. Some stats, Palantimos getting pressured here.
Dive. I don't think it's quite enough to get this kill just yet, but definitely enough to make him scared.
I do love harassing with Icarus Dive, the 40 magic damage. Pretty sure he did more damage to himself.
You get excited. You think you can make something happen. I don't know about this Slayer. Cookie hop forward, though. They need a little bit more damage. They don't have the Flame Spirits, but it's still going to be Mira who gets that first blood. And now Palantimos.
That's such a big kill.
Oh, they even have the Urn charge now over on Palantimos.
Yes. I mean, that actually just gave them like 2 200 damage nukes or 2 400 each. Like, it's either 2 salves or 2 200 damage nukes that he got for getting that kill. It was so big, actually.
Another Icarus dive here.
See that? They interrupt the salve. That was Slayer coming back, salving him out. I think that was probably why he dove before. So he was looking to delay the salve being used or to potentially break it if they went for it. So, wow. They're just keeping him so low. And now Palantimos is just screwed. He's got tangos. No couriers moving yet. Just not going to be able to contest this at all.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere near this. I mean, that was a cheeky play, but now he's got the Battle Hunger on him. And you know that Mira is going to be plonking away. Yeah.
Mira's got skills in about 14 seconds here, so if Palantimos is going to die, it's going to be in about 8 seconds. Observers just calling that one out for you.
8 seconds. I kind of want to count down now, just to see if you know. Bottom lane, though, they do find the kill on Miposhka. Top lane, though, there's that Icarus dive like we talked about. He's going to try to use some of those stick charges. It's going to be really, really close. 30-something hit points. Does not
This is almost
an easy
better.
lane.
Honestly, it's almost better just to leave him a little. Oh, look at that snipe there. Mira just getting him with that last fire spirit. These poor guys, just they're offsetting the battle hunger, but they've zoned 2 heroes effectively. And this fast earn pickup was pretty cool, honestly. Yeah. I mean, a lot of axes will buy a ring of protection anyway, so you're spending like 600 gold to get this like free harasser. And look at this pressure. Slayer's going to die.
Can he kill Mira first? No. Oh, that was a close one.
Instantly earns Mira as well, keeping him in the lane. That's going to allow Mira to bring out Tranquil Boots. Here's more pressure. Level 2 battle hunger. The Slack's way. Here it is. Goodbye, Palantimos. It's about time you died.
It's Mira with the double kill. But at least he's coming back to lane with full health and mana, right? It's not great.
Yes.
Gotta look on some sort of bright side. Miposhka, though, again, looks like he is going to fall at the hands of Team Unique. Some to big no.
As long as Miposhka doesn't die 18 times in the safe lane, I think this is all going to be okay for Team Spirit. Because right now, the Ursa is having an atrocious time. His last hits are not that significantly behind the axes, but I'm sure the net worth is going to translate in a big way. Yeah, he's a little bit behind. It's not the end of the world, but maybe it's just more pressure than it looks like. But they'll be happy on the Team Spirit side. Consumable gold spent, yeah, a lot spent by the Witch Doctor. Not that much spent on the Unique side. It's not the worst, but Axe is about to hit his Vanguard timing anyways in about 500, 600 gold here. So at that point, he's just going to back wave, and Ursa's going to have to do what he can to catch up.
Definitely doesn't feel good if you're this Ursa, but keep in mind we do have a Tiny. Tiny's been doing very well. His net worth is 2.7k, so perhaps he can make some sort of rotations with a +1, and perhaps they can try to get this bear back on track.
He's got 3 points in battle hunger. I just did the calculation. It's 384 magical damage that he does with this skill. That's on a 10-second cooldown. And now with the Urn as well. If Ursa does not get last hits, he is going to have a bad time, as will Slayer here. Never mind.
No, Slayer was in the perfect position here. Sees himself a bird diving in, knows that there's no Icarus dive available, and he was sitting very low.
Loads up with Birdshot and takes him down. There's no extra armor on Phoenix as well, so part of the thing making him a little squishy. Collapse could be in trouble here, though.
Got the cookie hop. They can turn this back around. I think they have it.
Nicely done.
No
okay,
bird
they've got the burst
about.
damage, but no Vanguard yet, so he can't actually survive these little engagements. And Will Shredder does make him vulnerable to physical damage, and eventually Ursa will kill.
All right, FN making a rotation now to this bottom lane. This is rough. They have to probably get their hands on Miposhka, which he's presenting himself quite nicely here. FN's going to cut around the avalanche, a toss up into the air, Ghost Stick is there, and that's a dead Witch Doctor.
Nicely done. Game's pretty even at the moment. Still significantly more last hits for FN on the mid lane, 51. A little pressure on Slayer now.
Ooh, there's no Icarus dive from Mira.
He seems dead.
Slayer is dead as well, but I'm sure this bear is very happy to get another kill. And
he tried to use dive earlier to break salve, and that punishes him there as a result.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive coming out from this Phoenix. It's hard though when you're up with an Axe, right? Because Axe always wants to kind of be aggressive. He's getting very, oh yeah, he's got the Vanguard finished up, a little bit slower than average this time around, but still going to be very, very powerful.
Yeah, and he bought Urn first, that's why it's slower. Right. So spent money on other stuff instead. Still doing a great job harassing so far. Ursa does have the power of Enrage now, so he could dispel Battle Hunger and Urn if they're used in conjunction, for example, but probably want to save that for crucial moments when they go for kills. And here's a smoke. FN, this is great. This is a perfect time to keep punishing Axe. If they kill him like 1 or 2 more times here, he's going to really struggle. And the Sentry's going to spot the Observer Ward on the way back, so this is perfect. They don't know that they're coming. And there's like almost nothing Collapse can do here, I feel like.
Unless he's got his dancing shoes on, but the Avalanche immediately connecting. Cookie Hop 4 from FN. They've got the little Shredder, and they have the burst damage. So Team Unique making all the right moves over here to try to, you know, get this Ursa back on track and try to punish him for being very aggressive.
They bought a lot of time, really. They were so low for so long, but they didn't die that much. And as a result, once they finally did start getting kills, it really offsets a lot of that advantage that they got in the initial laning stage. So now Axe and Ursa have the same net worth. And he's picked up a Morbid Mask as well, so that he can help offset any harassment against Axe. If he doesn't get a Morbid Mask and Axe stays in his lane, there's no way that he has the ability to like offset this this harassment. So this will allow him to stay in the lane a little bit better and not have to just go AFK jungle where he's going to be disadvantaged.
They guessed at the right spot here as they managed to cancel out the TP, and Ghostic just accepts his fate.
Ooh,
Did go for the roll up too. Yeah. Huh.
Was that the perfect voice line or what? Like, like
it was.
I think he's here. I think he's here.
Ooh, and Mira is forced to use the Icarus dive. Oh, big num. Right place, right time with that impetus.
Great. All right, so everything's going great for Unique. We've got kill advantage. Tiny's doing a little bit better in the mid lane. Higher last hits. Puck is rotating, and Toronto Tokyo's getting stuff done here, but so far looking decent. Slayer grabs a courier kill. A little pressure on Collapse.
Yeah, pressure indeed. Does have the call though. He's going to try to drag the Ursa over. The teleports are coming out again, but just going to back off here.
He's still pretty vulnerable with the medallion. Of course, Vanguard does block a lot of damage, but the times that it doesn't block, yeah, he's taking huge hits from Ursa and other heroes.
My question, though, is Yatro is pretty much being allowed to do what he likes over here, although do get that haste rune picked up now here from by FN.
He is, but his net worth isn't like super incredible actually. Like he hasn't got any kills yet. I think Ghostic actually has a huge amount of denies. He's got 10, so it's not like he isn't being negated at least slightly here.
Right.
Well, yeah, him dying in this lane extremely unlikely against a Pango plus an Enchantress. Like he's not going to get full free farm, but he's certainly not going to die, and that should buy him time to become a threat to heroes like Ursa as the game continues.
There's a bit of trading down here in this bottom lane. They do have the Hellbear, so they're going to make their way to the top lane, try to put some pressure down on the tower. We do have the Phoenix Egg available. Slayer is teleporting out, and so is Palantimos.
FN rotates down here, doesn't spot anybody, but clears the creep wave. They don't have a catapult here, but I'm sorry, they do. It's actually in the jungle, but unfortunately got aggroed to another catapult, so now they have to put a lot of effort into killing this catapult so that the catapult can hit the building. Okay, here we go. Now they're good. This is going to be some nice, easy push. They got a little Shredder here. They got Medallion to elongate this, to make the little Shredder last a long time. Good. Glyph is going to buy them a moment here, but I don't really see Spirit defending this, not with their heroes, so that's a fast tier 1 tower. Then they're going to start pressuring mid immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trade, right? Not even a full trade, right? Because the top tower is being pressured. Toronto Tokyo has been here in the middle lane. They get the Icarus dive over here on Palantimos just to scare him a bit. And the TPs are coming out. We'll force that fortification. But they managed to get,
terrible.
A lot done, even though they lost the bottom tower.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on the tower, yeah. And it does look like Ursa's going for the Diffusal build, all right. Still
That's
Morbid Mass that he can jungle and Ancient well, but yeah, that's the build.
Seeing the popularity over in China, especially with the amount of Diffusal being built on pretty much every core.
It's just, it feels like it's really beneficial to have carries that get online faster. Like, you can still play like late game farming carries, but it just feels like the game is faster. So having Diffusal Blade, it's one of the best items to make carries have utility and damage at a really good timing. So it's really effective. Mana drain is another thing that's necessary to continue these like early engagements. If you get completely mana drained, you have to go back and heal, and that's going to make it so your team can't play as fast for that next like 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So does a lot of good things. Ooh,
yeah,
FN in trouble
they
though.
Started with the cast. They had the Maledict. They go with the Dream Coil and easy peasy. Although, they have to be careful though. These Snapfire Kisses raining Hellfire down. But Maposhka, he's got his dance. She's under. Last one will connect over on the Witch Doctor, and Slayer will get himself a nice kill here. Toronto Tokyo, though, has a double damage. He would love to find Slayer over here. No vision currently. Wander. Oh, he starts going there, finds him, but they don't have anything to cancel out this TP. Not quite enough damage. It's so close.
That was so much damage, actually. Yeah, not enough. Double damage Witchblade, just not quite enough. Either way, mid tower is defended for Team Spirit. They got a small gold advantage. That was a big kill, picking up the Tiny, who's got Blink Dagger. But can he get some return kills? That's a big question. Axe got Vanguard. He's got Raindrop. He's very survivable here. He'll offset this push.
Itemizing pretty well here for what he has to deal with. So FN not going to be able to quite find the pickoffs just yet, but do have a smoke over on the side of Team Unique. And they're making their way over to the triangle. I have a feeling they would like to grab this Morphling if possible. No, they actually just go right on into the pit. They do have that negative armor from Lil Shredder, and they've got the medallion online, so.
He's waiting to use it until the period where Ursa's doing way more damage, which makes sense. Amplify his damage at the peak of his damage, right? And with the lifestealers, no way they couldn't jungle this anyways, but they bring the creep just to be safe. Really fast Aegis here. And some nice gold advantage for the team. Oh, they're gonna catch them though.
Free, tossed out over here to Collapse. They get a nice Dream Coil off over onto 3 here. Toronto Tokyo just leashing everybody into place. Jumps forward, trying to keep poking. Do you get the egg over on the side? Slayer ticking down to that Battle Hunger's Collapse. It's dragging right over here, closer to the egg. They want to make sure that it pops off, and over on the side, the toss up. FN just gets obliterated. Ghost Stick forced to use the Rolling Thunder. They're still hot on the heels of Unique. Collapse getting into position here. He knows what he wants. He blinks forward, he manages to go, and he grabs up the Ursa. That is going to be the Aegis that gets taken out, as now they'll chase after Big Num. They've got plenty of damage, and by God, they should have enough damage to take down Palantinos a second time.
Very surprising initiation from the Tiny there. I mean, when they all got Dream Coiled, I didn't blame him for not going in, but jumping in when he did, with the egg exploding, I don't know if he just didn't realize. Maybe the sound was different because of the egg being on the high ground where they didn't have vision. I'm not sure, but that was a pretty throwy moment there for Team Unique. I'm a little surprised they didn't just try to disengage, but yeah, a great team fight from Spirit. They punished despite the Aegis being on the ground. So watch it again here. They jump out. Puck grabs the arcane room. He's like, hey, 3 heroes. I got a Dream Coil. And it looked great. Do a lot of damage there to the Snapfire. He gets no spells off. Great axe call on 2. He tries to drag them into the egg. And then he jumps forward, going for the avalanche. I don't know what was going on. There's no hero right there. What happened? I'm not sure. Made the fight a little bit worse.
There's a lot of Bible thumps in chat for Team Unique after that engagement. So that was a rough one. Also, the value cask, too, bouncing around the entire time. Is there anything more annoying than when you're just like, oh my God, just keep getting donked by that?
I think it's tough because it's like very subtle, right? You don't always see cask getting thrown out. So all of a sudden, when you're getting hit by it, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, all 3 of you tied together on that Dream Coil leash. Although the jump forward here, Collapse. Over on the back lines, they do end up losing Maposhka. Couple hits here. Snapfire Kisses are getting tossed down. Bignum actually ticking down during all of this, too.
He lives.
Just barely.
That was close.
Hey, stream picked up now by FN.
Battle Hunger and Urn, and man, he takes a bunch of damage. A little spin. Not terrible, though. No one goes down particularly. Ursa does have his Diffusal Blades. He's going to want to get active here. Mana Burning Morphling is another really nice thing to have. Ooh, stun's going to prevent that, though. Didn't quite know where it was exactly, otherwise that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, they had that ward over there on the side, too. They knew that Yatro was in the jungle, but they just can't seem to do much to him, it seems.
It's just reading the map really well. Very similar to last game.
Enchantress doesn't know. Collapse. Gonna walk away here. She is approaching the creep wave, though.
Yeah, he's very killable. He does skill Nature's Attendance. We'll see if Yaya uses it.
Sorry, I got excited. I thought that something was gonna happen there. But nope, just back to farming.
It's fine for Team Spare for the game to slow down. Kind of similar to last game. They're confident about their hero matchups as the game continues, so they'll just play it safe. Collapse is hanging out by Bignum. Oh, he's got a big creep wave.
All the creep waves, all the spins, baby. Where is it? Where's that last little bit of damage for the dunk? And there it is. And a creep wave to boot.
Oh, so many spins. He's got a lot of levels too. Level 13 instantly TPs towards the mid lane. They're going to see it, though. He didn't clear the wave first, so I don't think anybody will get caught, but he'll get on the map a bit quicker. He's going for a Blade Mail this game. Don't see it every game on Axe these days, but against somebody like Tiny, really good.
God, Collapse is everywhere that this team wants to be. A Dream Coil, the Snap Cookie. Oh no, FN, he's got to go down for this dunking coming out here from Collapse. Palantimos, he is here though, but they have the taunt. They've got the egg. They need to keep him in the general vicinity. Maposhka getting a couple of these nice bounces here. The egg goes off. We'll stun up that. And over on the back lines, the follow from Yatro. They've got plenty of damage as they chase after Slayer. Do manage to go and interrupt that Sunray, but it's not going to be enough. As Palantimos gets chased down by Yatro and Bignum. Is he going to be able to get burst down? Yatro turning himself into his own Pangolier here is just going to back off.
Okay, great fight there. Jumping on the Tiny, he ends up spotting him. They had the, I don't know if that Observer Ward was up before the fight or not, but gets the Arcane Rune as well. Basically pulls Tiny out of position. A little unfortunate that the egg happened to hit the same time as the Dream Coil. Then otherwise Tiny would have been completely fine. But getting hit with that stun and then a full duration Sunray plus the Veil, just way too much damage. Tiny is certainly vulnerable this game because of Maledict and Sunray.
Yet again, Collapse is here with Miposhka. They're going to put out some damage over onto Ghost Stick, but I guess they've decided, there's a creep wave here. We'll let him walk away instead.
It was too hard to chase at that point. He jumped away. They didn't quite get the burst, so. But either way, the fact that they keep pressuring heroes like this on Unique, it just means that Unique's going to have to play more and more careful. And usually when this happens, you get ganked a couple times, you start playing more scared and you take less risks. And then as a result, you just get less kills on the map. So even though they have great heroes for killing, they got to make sure that they don't restrict themselves too much because they do have to make space. They're getting behind more and more so now. The next big moment is going to be Roche, though. We know that Unique can take it very rapidly. We haven't really seen Ursa get into the game much with the Fusel Blade so far, but they're definitely going to want to get a pick off and then take Roche if possible.
They know Palantimos is here. They've got the vision. Jump forward immediately. Here from Collapse with the Blade Mail. Ghost Stick, though, following up with Lucky Shot. It doesn't matter. They have too much damage as now Ghost Stick forced to roll away.
Lasts
Slayer
pretty
and
long
Yatoro
these
just
days.
sitting next to each other up here in the top lane. Does spot out Slayer. But nope, he's going to just back off
Big
here.
numbers. Miposhka slows it down in the mid lane. Doesn't want that tower to get pressured in the meantime. Yeah, they have overwhelming advantage all over the place now. Their gank squads feel stronger. Once they get Ags on Puck, then they're going to feel a lot more limited on the Unique side. I mean, Ursa doesn't have to worry as much about it because he can always ulti and break the tether, like so that the duration isn't stun on that much. But like, it's going to hurt Pango big time. Pango's going to get stunned if he tries to break out of the tether. But things are just looking up for Team Spirit.
Gets force-fed a cookie by Slayer, you know, sometimes these things happen.
Yeah, it's just accidental breaking the tether on your ally at a bad time. It happens.
It happens. I feel like Unique is going to have nightmares of just Collapse bursting through walls now because every time they go anywhere near a creep wave, it feels like there's just an axe all of a sudden just going in with that call. And they do have this vision over here. They realize that Mira and Miposhka, FN going to take advantage of this. He doesn't quite have enough burst damage, though, although following up here with Slayer will be able to ensure they have it. And Toronto Tokyo, though, he's got FN all leashed up. They get a nice egg off. Is it going to be enough damage, though? They've disarmed the puck over the back lines. This egg is not going to survive, though. Does get taken down. Yatoro still looking to clean up. They have to be careful. There's no mana left, though, over here. Follow up with a good call here from Collapse, just dragging this bear away. Slayer going down the back lines. Oh, Yatoro, he needs a little bit of help here. Toronto Tokyo poking around, though, over on the back lines. Gets the waning rift off. Has to be careful. There's an avalanche toss here coming up from FN. They do manage to take down Toronto Tokyo.
Okay, good fight for Team Unique. Collapse running. Right before that fight started, Collapse almost went on Axe bottom. Axe approached a creep, or the Ursa approached a creep wave, and he popped Blade Mail to blink call, but he accidentally pressed his buttons before he blinked. So that whole fight could have been completely different had Ursa not been able to show up into that engagement. So kind of a crucial mistake there by Collapse making the first of his game, but ultimately a great fight by Team Unique, really separating everybody on Team Spirit and getting a bunch of kills. So here's the initial fight. Here he is, accidentally messes up the initiation. The Blade Mill would have been really scary there. He had him in a creep wave. He definitely could have reflected a lot of damage in that fight.
Definitely a good blunder, a happy little accident, so to speak. But you have to give Collapse a lot of props here. The way that he has been playing this Axe, he's been playing very, very patient. He's always trying to, even though he had that blunder there, just waiting for that creep wave to just build up and then get the jump onto his unsuspecting victim.
That a great game so far, for sure. And the pressure doesn't end here. They're going Scotty next on Morphling. That's going to give them incredibly good control against Team Unique. Morphling's already difficult to kill. If you have to deal with the slows that he's constantly applying, even through BKB, game feels hard.
Ooh, Collapse.
Some pressure on Enchantress.
All right, there's the taunt. They even go for the Witch Doctor ulti. The dunk comes through. And now the hunt is on. They do have the Dream Coil. Collapse getting into position here. They've got the leash up. They've got the Sunray. They've got the Maledict. And they've got the Fists of Axe.
So many chops. And all these kills are helping Axe a lot right now. Because now he's almost got BKB. He's the guy that goes in. And once you get Magic Immunity, the only thing you have to fear is either being bursted before BKB or Ursa. And even Ursa's not that scary for Axe right now with this nice gold advantage that he's got. It's towards the top of the net worth chart, and that's a great place to be on Axe because he is very much like a bit of a snowball type core. And Centaur, it doesn't matter as much if you're not top net worth, but if Axe struggles, he has a really bad time because his ganks are just going to be less effective. It'll require more and more of his allies to be effective, but Centaur is pretty much always good. So for the Vanguard cores right now, Collapse is in the perfect place with Axe.
Are you at all surprised that he didn't go for the Manta Shard build this time around?
It just seems like some teams like it, other teams don't. I like his items this game. It's better for what he needs to do, I think.
We've got the initiation from the Phoenix here, spooking them a little bit. He'll have the roll here. Collapse jumping forward, though. Should get a full duration egg off, but Ghostic's already just running away. Let's jump forward again here from Mir. They've got the silence over onto FN. Can they kick him out? Yes, they will. Yeah, throw hunting over on the back lines. Would love to get his hands over here onto Ghostic. He does manage to find him over here, but he doesn't have the stun available, so Ghostic will be able to leave. Courier, though, will fall.
Nicely played there. Tiny, once again, is just kind of looking like an ineffective hero. It's really hard to play in this game. Like, there's not a lot of versatile targets that are simple to kill. The only major one is probably Miposhka, but Miposhka's position is classically very good. It's always in a safe position, doesn't get spotted, doesn't let his opponents see him. He lets the rest of his team play up in the front line, whether it's Phoenix or Morphling or Puck or Axe. And it just makes it so much harder to play Tiny, because if he doesn't get kills or help assist in a kill at the start of the fight, then he just instantly gets dealt with. He gets battle hungered, he gets sun raid, and then he just doesn't feel squishy, or he feels squishy despite like his normal tanky self.
Yeah, I mean, the value of the Witch Doctor, especially with that Maledict, is just so incredibly good. We've been seeing it, you know, against these tankier offlaners like Centaur and whatnot, but especially, you know, with this Tiny, having that percentage base really helps out. And look at this, the way that the Phoenix just zips on in.
Protects
and the
ward,
follow-up immediately, too. See Collapse jumping out. But everybody's just forced to run away from this engagement. They don't want to be underneath the egg. Front to Tokyo hopping into the back line. They've got the Sunray. Again, percentage-based damage. And now the Roche is up.
All right. Yep, live game. They're right. They smoked briefly and they went into it. I don't think they realize it's over.
I don't think so either.
They're starting to move forward, but it's too late.
Too late.
It's a lot of things he's got to pick up. He's got them all. He got the shard.
Oh, he's just a little bit off the mark there with that call as Ghostic deciding he wants to roll in. Perhaps
Possibly
thinking there were more
safety
people there. Yeah, that's what I would assume.
It's not that bad. I mean, they already stole the Aegis, they stole the shard. Effectively, not stole, took it for themselves. So now Ursa gets these free enrage buffs, which will be really nice. If Axe ever calls him during enrage, it's not going to feel nearly as strong. So
oh, they'll focus someone else down instead. They've got plenty of damage to take out Ghostic.
They really do have a huge amount of damage escape.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, they even went with the Witch Doctor ultimate on top of that.
Yeah, and this is another nice thing about Witch Doctor versus Enchantress too. Never mind.
Yatro, man fighting here with FN, does have the Witch Doctor, and like we said, that Maledict is just so nice against him.
Yeah, it's a great hero to turn into as well. You just waveform in, turn it into Tiny, Avatos him back basically, and your right clicks are going to be too strong. Lots of magic damage too.
Dota2 has found himself a Slayer. Cookie hop forward, Waning Rift, Yatro and Collapse easily making their way over now. I don't even think he needs the help though.
They're just pressuring the map so well. It's like they get one kill and then their cores instantly run to like the slightly dangerous parts of the map. And because he got there in time, that's right when the Snapfire realized like, oh, I need to get wards down. They're gonna play in this area, but they plan ahead. They get there in time and they get these like free pickoffs, which just elongates the time they have to pressure the map.
Valentimos is very far forward here. They have to be careful again, like we talked about. With those counter initiations, they even have a nice ward over in the lanes. They can see what's approaching. But
looking for more pickoffs. Just fishing to see if somebody continues pressuring. Doesn't end up happening. Got tier 3 items now coming up. See if there's anything that'll change the fate of Unique, but with Axe at these item positions, oh, they got a Titan Sliver on Morphling. It's like the perfect item on that hero. But he doesn't want it, actually. He wants Mindbreaker instead. Okay, interesting. He wants the silence to get some kills, I guess.
I mean, they're playing at such a fast tempo. Bignum immediately getting spotted out. The drag back here. Phoenix throwing out that Icarus dive. They'll take down Bignum. Oh, this is not looking good for Palantimos. The bounce back they go, and they get a nice Dream Coil off over on the two sides here. Ghost Stick trying to buy a little bit more time, but they've got the damage. The egg does get dropped over here on the back line. They get the dunk off over onto Ghost Sticks. Now Palatine just focusing down this egg, and he's not able to do it fast enough as Collapse is here. They've got this follow-up. Mira needs to be careful. FN falling on the other side of the map. They get the call off. That's going to be the first life here of Palantimos, and he's coming right back up again into a world of hurt. Look at them. Even the puck just says, yeah, I know you guys got this. You're good. Oh my goodness. Collapse waiting, just patiently waiting for the call to come back up, and Maboshka is going to be the slayer of Palantimos this time around.
The MVP of that fight was definitely the Mindbreaker neutral item. It is like the counter to Ursa in that small skirmish there. He rolls in, he silences him, and Ursa does not want to pop BKB there because he's like, I'm just silenced. Like, this is kind of silly, right? But he took a lot of damage before the silence ran out. He couldn't get an Earthshock off to get a easy Enrage. He didn't want to use Enrage, or he couldn't at least because he was silenced. So it just put him in this position where, like, even though there was a fight happening, it didn't feel right to fully commit there. So pays off big time, and now they get a huge team fight, and now they're just pressuring high ground. Is that playback? Jumps in, he gets maledicted, I believe. Yep, he's silenced there. He could pop BKB now, but he's already lost half HP. He's like half engaged, half not engaged. He just wastes a lot of time. And by the time he comes down to this Yules, that was really cool itemization by Mira here to protect himself. Yules, and then instantly used Egg to buy himself 2 seconds. Allowed him to bait him effectively under the tower because he had nowhere else to go. And at that point, that's the worst place to die with an just right by an enemy tower. Good luck.
With all of it, like I said, even Toronto Tokyo's like, you guys got this. I'll see you later.
Wait, it's like, I'm gonna go hit creeps.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. Do have a haste rune available at this top spot. And 15k net worth lead now at about 30 minutes in here for Team Spirit.
Pretty good advantage.
Oh man, we keep losing you to the Shadow Realm, my friend.
Sorry?
It's Demonic Purge. Not regular Purge. Bring back regular Purge. I don't like Demonic Purge. He's scary. No, you're still breaking up on me, dude. Hopefully we get that situated, though, as you can see Unique. They're trying to make almost like a desperation play here. They're smoked up, but of course, Spirit playing very tight.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Hi, welcome back.
Beep boop.
Nope, nope, goodbye again. Oh, look at the position of Toronto Tokyo here. He breaks the smoke. They drop the ward immediately. He's gonna have to orb away. Blade Collapse going forward, gets the dunk off immediately. Now Palantimos, he's so far back, but you do get those Snapfire Kisses out, so they should be able to take down Maposhka. Egg over on the back line. They need to be able to protect this, and they don't have any way to do it, so they're going to end up losing Mira. As Slayer does fall in the back line, these BKBs are coming into play. Toronto Tokyo, oh, the Collapse jumping forward here. He has his hands over here onto this Baron Yatoro. Just throw as much damage as possible. That silence coming in again. FN teleporting out. Can they take down Palantimos? Yes, they can with a big dunk, and Ghost Stick is now forced to run away. The rest of the Team Spirit, though, they are just hot on his heels. They need one more hit, and Yatoro is dominating.
It's a little bit rough. That's just owning every single movement. 13, 2, and 12. Can you understand my robot voice at least?
I hear you now. I hear you now. Before it was definitely Demonic Purge.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, that's not your fault, dude. Oh, I lost him again. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Sometimes you're clear and sometimes you go... All right. Well, Team Spirit, they're feeling very powerful, especially as Yatoro just waveforms forward and destroys Bignum. Easy peasy. And they do have buyback on the Ursa. He's going to be up in about 11 seconds. BKB is now completed for Yatoro. And he's just all by himself over here in this base. He has no fear at all. He's just going to finish off these racks by himself. Let's get disarmed. Just going to waveform out. Hello?
Normal?
No.
Oh.
Now you sound like you're underwater. Man, Purge is just taking the tour of the world here. Your best Morphling impersonation. I like it.
They're all washed up.
I heard just the clip of that. Oh, dear. Keep trying, dude. Keep trying. I think we've lost him again. All right, the smoke is up here on the side of Team Spirit. They're looking for anyone who dares to step foot outside of the base. Collapse leading the charge. I might actually go for a wraparound play, and it is smoke on smoke action. Collapse, waiting patiently, goes around the corner, has Dota2 with him so they can open up and get their hands on as many heroes as possible, but no one's home. So, Yatro says, that's fine. No one's home. I'm just gonna smack away over here on these racks. Got that backdoor protection, but it's doing so much damage, I don't know. Do you need to fetch creep with Ghost Stick? Oh, immediately gonna be able to go and stun up the puck. They might be able to just take him out of this fight completely. Yes, Dota2 will go down. And the side of Collapse now, the side of Team Spirit will run for their lives. Do bounce the Morphling down to low ground. Collapse still, he's got the spider legs, hoping maybe he can grab someone. Does manage to go and grab up this Ghost Stick as they just slam dunk over on the side. Palantine, he's so split up from the rest of his team, he doesn't have anybody here to help him. And does get a nice bash off here. Bignum trying, but they've got the BKB and they've got the egg, and he's just so separated. He immediately gets a dunk. The greetings coming out from Dota2, even though he's dead. He's just being sassy as Bignum next to fall. Yatro, good toss up into the air. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Collapse is just finding everyone and getting his hands on all of them. FN now, he's just held into place, tries to teleport away because he knows that it's just too dangerous. And just like that, they back off. We've got the Ags online now for the Axe. This game is the Collapse show. I'm pretty sure of it. Looks like Purge, unfortunately, is struggling here. He got disrupted. And you're stuck with me for now, guys, but the action has been non-stop. So, Slayer is going to try to go and get that outpost back to himself. Maposhka has to be careful. Doesn't have that Glimmer Cape, though, in the follow-up here from Yatro. They just blow up FN. He is not allowed to even exist in this game. My God. Team Spirit still looking and combing through the area. Want to make sure that they can control this triangle. They find Bignum. Didn't quite manage to get the Yules off here on Mira this time, but we'll continue to put the pressure down, continue to push out these waves, and just effectively try to lock Unique in their base. Do have the Ursa trying to get out there with the Snapfire, but do have to come home. A couple of these Lucky Shot procs do buy them a bit more time. They've got 2 Cardies, though. Jump forward, Dota2, they just blow up Bignum. How dare you, as they're trying to go for this Roche. I'm not sure what this is gonna do for them, though. They might be able to get it. In fact, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to get it because no one is contesting them, but I just think perhaps Palantimos will die twice. You got a big old tsunami knocking on your door, friends. You need to get home, and you need to get home fast because you're not gonna have any buildings left soon. Yeah, look at this. They even tip Palantimos. They're like, that's nice. You got Roche. Good job. Slow clap. Take down the tower. Ghost Stick, he's tried everything he can. They do pop the Manta, of course, get rid of that Lucky Shot. And the BKB does get popped here. It's a bit early. Rolling Thunder coming through with Ghost Stick, and he has to be careful because they've got so much damage. They just leash him up immediately. Collapse, waiting patiently in the position, gets the dunk off, doesn't even need the call. That is a dead Pangolier, and Bignum, of course, still dead. Oh, the jump forward again from Collapse. They find FN. They just have too much magic damage. They blow him up immediately, and now they're going to try to take down this egg. It looks like, no, they aren't going to be able to do it in time. This BKB over here on Palantimos, it doesn't even matter. The GG gets called. Again, Aegis for what? Just trying to find anything that he can do on the map without being tied into the base. Collapse doesn't even want the dunk. And, yeah. That is going to be it for this game. You know, we saw some really clean play coming out from the side of Team Spirit.